Hello and welcome to my 54th book synopsis. Today's is again a non-fiction book, and the book is such that all of you or all of us should ideally have a lot of interest in that. But many times we behave like a financially illiterate people, and that is why the topic is important. And the topic, I'm sure you would have understood by now, it is about money. But it is not about the investment strategies or in which financial instrument you should put your money or what should be not about that. It's absolutely not about that. I am going to talk to you about where and how you invest. No. The book that I am going to refer to you talks primarily about the psychology of money. In fact, that's the name of the book, and this is this book. The name of the book is The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. It was published in year 2020, a small 240 page book. In India it is published by Jaiko Publications, a small book of about 20 different topics, of course some of them overlapping each other. Quite interesting book. But before we go to the book, a disclaimer from my side or a forewarning. This book primarily looks at the psychology of people from US, the way they handle the money, and some of those points are little different. But in the era of globalization and in the way we are copying the Western culture, this is also going to be relevant today or tomorrow. In fact, it could have become relevant for many people by now. As I said, there are 20 chapters. I am going to talk about only on few, because then only you will go and read the book. The objective is not you should read the book, but you should read the book. One of the name of the chapter is Never Enough. Quite easy to understand. It is very important for us to know at what point of time we should stop. What is enough for us is what we need to understand. Quite important point. He gives an example of Rajat Gupta, a famous person, rich person, but unfortunately he did not know when to stop, and then he had to go to jail for 2 years for financial fraud. So unfortunate, but that's true. Typically what we see happens is that we always try to look at someone who is doing better than us and then try to copy it by whatever means possible. This happens to some people, not to all. In fact, what I understand that in some parts of India, it happens that if the neighbor buys the car, it is mandatory that you are also required to buy the car, when it is not necessary or it is not required or financially it is not possible. Author says one line very beautifully, which I liked about this particular chapter about Never Enough, is that the hardest financial goal is getting the goalpost to stop moving. The hardest financial goal is getting the goalpost to stop moving. We can see this everywhere. We can see people, changing the goalpost quite often. Second, one of the other chapter, the name is Confounding Compounding. Confounding means confusing, and compounding is really a cool, easy and confusing concept. Why? Give you an example to understand. Let us say a person decides that he will invest 5,000 rupees per month for a period of 10 years, and let us say that rate of return that he is going to earn is 8%, and all money earned is going to be invested. It is not going to take back anything. So at the end of 10 years, the amount of accumulated amount will be 9,15,000 rupees. So what does typical arithmetic will say? let us say that I decided, okay, 10 years is the shorter period, I should look at investing for 35 years, which can typically be a total period of job for a person, let us say from 25 to 60 years, just an example. So 10 years is 9,15,000, 35 years, which is 3.5 times of 10 years, will be say 32 lakh and 25,000 or something like that, between 32 lakh and 33 lakh. That is what is called as arithmetic. But that's not how it works. The compounding works in so magical way that this, if the money is invested for 35 years, other things remaining constant, 5,000, 8%, the return or the accumulated amount will be 1.15 crores, 1 crore 15 lakhs. This is what is the importance of compounding, and this is what is the importance of staying invested for a longer period of time. His author says that the Warren Buffett, well-known investor, he earned, or his 90% of net worth, 90% of net worth came after he turned age 65, when he was invested for nearly 30-40 years in the market. That's the beauty. I think the example that I gave should make you very clear that you should remain invested for a longer period of time and do not withdraw the money unless it is absolutely necessary. Then he gives examples of rich versus wealthy. Rich people quite often try to flaunt their money and may become poorer going forward. Wealthy people may flaunt the money, but they invest or they save much more than what is seen to be flaunting, and that's why they remain wealthy as usual, as always. At the end of the book, author also gives the investment strategy that he and his wife has adopted. This is also an interesting topic to see. It is 7 minutes. I think I'll stop because the book is quite interesting, and I would suggest each of us, whether you are a college going, whether you are office going, whether you are a housewife, house husband, anybody. In fact, I would suggest that you read this book as early in your life. It will give you clear understanding of what does money can make or break for you. Quite interesting book, small 20-40 page book, as I said, and it keeps us glued because it relates to the real life scenarios. It gives clear examples which you can relate and understand without making it complicated. A quite simple book to understand. Anybody from any background can understand the book. I would recommend all of you to read this book. For many of you, this can be a reinforcer, but that is also required. For me, it was reinforcer in a way. And some of the principles that I follow, I liked. That is mentioned in the book, which is quite good. Therefore, I will stop at this point of time with recommendation to read the book. I will be posting this video obviously on my Facebook page and my YouTube channel, which both has a name called Books From My Eyes, and on LinkedIn as well. Thank you so much for watching this, and keep giving me feedbacks about the book synopsis. Thank you so much, and bye bye. Take care.